Welcome to a day in the life of our home therapy program, the Possible Project.
Darren Boris Buffalo with the
We're the Dove Londons, River, Zach, Jess and I'm Tim. We've just set out on our latest adventure, a 12-month whole-of-life experiment to take the latest research on neuroscience and unlock the potential of our boys who have cerebral palsy.
Some things in life are worth failing for.
Join us and together we can brave this world.
Right around!
So I wish I could say that our mornings start out with a tranquil cup of coffee, enjoyed whilst watching the sunrise on the deck. Or with Jess enjoying a cup of tea in her own bed. But that's just too good to be true. Instead, our days start out with River hitting the accelerator straight away, whilst we scramble to remember how we ended up in the boys' bed again. What have we got for breakfast, River? Porridge. What's your favourite? What's your favourite? Cocoa. Cocoa Nutri-Grain. So what are you making, Jess?
I'm just making a bliss balls. River uses a lot of energy, like a lot more than you or I would use. And feeding him is like, as a friend of mine once said, it's like preparing for the Olympics, going on a tri-coat, all your snacks ready. If you miss it, you miss one snack, you just can't cope. So.
With the morning shenanigans out of the way, it's time to kick off the program. We start with our 9 a.m. stand-up.
He got really distracted again, but he did make it all the way up the driveway on his own. And he was doing really good lifting.
I saw
and
that. Stand Up is a daily meeting where we come together just for 5 minutes at the start of the day where we recap what happened yesterday and plan for today and any questions or queries or things we need to sort of explore more. So this morning a really good question came up which I need to follow up with one of the therapists, and it's been really good just to be on the same page. It's like in the cupboard there's lots of games we haven't played, and I reckon we should, because that's novelty, and like I think
After stand-up, it's time to suit up. And while River gets into his soft orthotics, Zach heads downstairs for some vibration. What's your secret mission, Zachy? So what's River wearing?
River is wearing his physio suit today.
Got your spear on today, River? And what does that do?
So it helps provide him a bit of proprioception and helps with his alignment.
Now you see what our special job is.
What's your special job?
This.
What is it?
To put numbers on the stairs while we're going down. Why is 6 afraid of 7?
Why is 6 afraid of 7? I don't know why.
7, 8, 9.
What?
So River, we're going to use this spray bottle to water the plants. Why? Water helps it to grow.
Shall we go put some water on them, River?
No.
Let's do it. Over the past few weeks, we've realised that we have a better morning if we begin with a calming activity for River. Watering the plants is a real win. He's practicing independent mobility. He's strengthening his fine motor skills. And it's a domestic life activity.
When you're ready,
I'm ready.
make sure you get all of them.
Good standing, River.
See how the possum's been eating these?
Meanwhile, Zach has boarded his pirate ship.
Wow, which island are we going to go to? Do you want to look at the map?
But to hit the systems.
Are you standing up tall like you're trying to look at the screen?
Hey, we have a vibration play. Because we've used it with Zach and we're having some interesting results, but with River, we're not really sure yet the best way to use it. Obviously gives you some feedback by the movement, which is a lot of kids with CP or different movement disorders don't have the same body maps that you and I would have. But it also can do some strength building. But what we really want to do is make it meaningful and functional. So we want to like sit on the vibration while we're doing a fun game. or use vibration, and then what I'm understanding in the research is it's the first 30 minutes to an hour afterwards that you get this golden period where you can learn something new, and it's actually your learning is going to be enhanced. But we'll get back to you on this because we're still learning.
While Zachy gets his suit put on post-vibration, River is going to hide a package in the letterbox for Zach to find later. Way to go, buddy.
But we are trying this week for the first time, we're starting our STEM. Yay! This week we're just going to use it really low level to help with awareness, but we might end up turning it up so it can actually help turn his muscles on while he's doing another activity. I think the best results is when you're actually cognitively doing a movement and it's a meaningful task, and then you're just turning on the STEM to enhance that movement.
How should this be a big part of the task? Oh wow! What else?
Looking.
I'm just the button lady.
Ready? Lean.
This is a messy thing. Making a really black.
Have assistance. I think he still needs help.
Now what are the steps?
So Jess's face says it all. This is why we are doing this program. Obviously there needs to be some work done on the form, but Zach's never jumping up like this. What's going on? So while Zach is busy destroying the therapy room, River is doing some literacy with Elise, which has been green-lighted as one of the interventions to help with cognition for kids with cerebral palsy.
On the word.
Word. Is this one a letter or a word?
On the word.
A letter. Well done. Hey, ready? Are you ready, River? We put letters together and they create words.
Or see, because it's a different sound, but it's a word, but a different sound.
That's a sound.
Yeah.
What sound does train start with, remember?
It starts with train and then train. But it back it doesn't sound.
It is a different sound to pink, it is.
Why?
One of our principles of our whole program is called life integration or enriched environment. So the idea is everything we're doing all the time normally, we're just going to make that activity maximize the learning potential and change some of the habits we're doing. So I'm going to go stick these around the house, and this is about how Zach comes down the stairs. So he's all the time learning a little bit of something to give him more strength. And we've also got encouraging some good sitting. And I actually started this a few weeks ago with Zach. And he is already getting really good at this, which is amazing because it's so basic rather than just picking up off the ground, which I can be in the habit of. And as a parent, the dream is that we just could do all this, but it's too hard to do it all the time consistently when you're just being a normal family and juggling normal life.
What did you try to do, Chase?
Aren't you guys exhausted?
I tried to.
No.
River turned into a mighty pup with mighty bots, but I just turned into a mighty pup because of the meteor.
Because of the meteor?
Yeah.
You would assume that after the hectic morning they've had, the boys would be keen to put their feet up and just relax. But no, not these guys. There's no holding them back.
Stop and stop him! Or you're about to be stopped! Help me, Chase!
In fact, the only way I can get them to sit for a moment is to stick on a show. But hey, there's no guilt here. They've both earned it. After a bite to eat, the boys both get some quiet time in the room where we apply some cold laser. But more about that later. So the lunch break is over and it's time to start our afternoon session. Jess has taken River, he's going off to an appointment, and I think Zachy's downstairs starting with Elise. Let's have a look.
What was this one, do you remember?
So the dark room and screen setup is because Zach has CVI. He needs very specific visual strategies to help with his learning.
I did it.
Can we try again?
Where are you going?
Ta-da! See my awesome sandals?
I do see your awesome sandals. Hi.
Little sandal feet! Dad!
So because River's not around for the next few hours, we thought we'd trike Zach down to the park. All the while working on his strength and coordination, even his standing too.
Holding on. I'm ready.
But conceptually, I'm still working through stuff, and I have an amazing OT who's guiding me. She's done a lot of work in home design and doing it even in her own life. I do feel like a bit of clarity. Yesterday I had a really good brainstorming session on my own, and this is my dump of my brain of the program. So this is the program, everybody. All of this is going to be hidden within fun stuff and not look like therapy. That's the dream. The dream is that everything's so fun and meaningful and interesting that the boys don't know they're doing therapy. 5-hour day, 25-hour week, and then just being really clever about integrating some of the research I'm learning about how we use these augmented strategies to maximize our goals and our skill building.
What's Zachy up to? You been to the park, Zachy? You went to the park?
Yes.
How was it?
Welcome to our inventing lab.
Is this your inventing lab?
Yeah.
What are you making?
Inventing something.
What are you inventing?
A high bass wheel.
A what? Hello, River. How was your appointment? Good?
I got my own microphone.
Your own microphone?
I can need it for anything.
Got a special microphone so we can talk into it and the river can hear better.
No, we're op shop thing.
We didn't go in the op shop.
Oh my god. Hey guys.
At the end of most days, the program finishes with a game of Mario Kart. It's often the highlight of the day. At first, the boys struggled with all the coordination involved, but they're actually getting quite good at it.
It's a good way of getting them to do longer periods of standing because they focus on the game. And they only have this for support, so a lot of it's independent standing.
Never thought I'd be so excited about video games with my kids.
What's he wearing?
River's got some weights on his feet just to give him that feedback, and if he, because River doesn't always have the same body map that you and I may have.
I died by myself.
You did it by yourself. So those who have followed our journey would know just how amazing this is. We're about 25 minutes into our session tonight and River has been standing the whole time. It's just incredible. So Jess, we just finished the program side of the day. What happens now?
Very important business.
Now you're supposed to say this is where the fun begins.
This is where the fun begins. You're ruining my I can't pull in the video.
So Zachy, tell me, what was your favourite thing today?
Rough and tumble.
Rough and tumble. Hey River, what was your favourite thing today?
Building my track.
Building a train track. What needs to happen, sir?
This goes here really big.
It's big, isn't it? So one thing's for sure, today has been a full day. It's still early days for the possible project and we still have a lot to learn. But already we are seeing new things and potential being unlocked.
Here's some handles here.
And not just from the boys either. So this is how Jess does bedtime stories. I'm pretty sure I've got a better way of doing it.
Okay, hit it.
Hit it? Okay. We've got the very brave bear tonight. And I got the Zack Attack with me. Okay, in the jingle jangle jungle on the edge of slimy bog, Bear was picking berries from a very wobbly log.
I'm Zack Attack. I like to dance. No, we're running our big thing. We start when I take yours.
Yo,
Never
yo.
stop us. We gotta whack.
We gotta whack.
Froggy, 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 froggy food. I didn't mean to scare you,
Said Froggy with a grin.
I only came to ask you if you wanted to come in.
This video and the Possible Project is made possible by you. Shout us a coffee and keep us going. Visit our Patreon site.
What do you reckon, Zachy? It's pretty amazing at this beach.